You don't tame a river by shouting at it. You redirect its flow by reshaping the riverbanks, your daily patterns. Your subconscious mind works exactly like this untamed river. The harder you push against it, the stronger its resistance becomes. The more you battle your automatic behaviors, the deeper they entrench themselves. But what if there existed an ancient, almost forgotten method to rewire your mind without any struggle whatsoever? Through 3 actionable steps rooted in the Tao Te Ching, you'll uncover how Taoist masters shaped human consciousness thousands of years ago, and how modern neuroscience validates their wisdom with startling accuracy. I've spent over a decade studying Taoist philosophy, and what I'm about to reveal completely transformed my understanding of personal change. Lao Tzu taught us, in pursuit of the Tao, daily decrease. Eliminate resistance and consciousness naturally aligns. But how do we apply this practically? Stay until the end because I'll show you the precise methodology. Have you ever tried to stop thinking about something specific? The harder you resist, the more persistently that thought returns, right? Your subconscious operates under identical principles. It's a current that cannot be bent through force alone. Our fundamental mistake lies in believing transformation comes from willpower and rigid discipline. I'll eliminate procrastination, I'll wake up at dawn, I'll meditate without fail. And then what happens? Within a week, you're back to familiar patterns. Why does this occur? Because you're fighting against 95% of your mental processes. The subconscious realm that's been running automated programs for years, even decades. It's like attempting to redirect a mighty river using only your bare hands. Utterly impossible. Taoism reveals something revolutionary. Wu Wei, the art of effortless action. This doesn't mean passive resignation, it means understanding that authentic transformation occurs when you cease forcing and begin flowing with natural currents. Consider this. When learning to ride a bicycle, initially you overthink every movement, tense your body, inevitably fall. But when you finally relax, when you stop battling the motion itself, suddenly everything flows. Your subconscious mind operates identically. It stops resisting when you stop forcing outcomes. Have you noticed your most brilliant insights emerge when you're not actively trying to generate them? While showering, walking aimlessly, drifting towards sleep? That's Wu Wei in action. It's your natural intelligence operating without ego interference. Neuroscience confirms this ancient wisdom. The more we activate our prefrontal cortex trying to control everything, the more we block the automatic processes that actually create lasting change. The subconscious doesn't respond to commands, it responds to patterns, subtle repetitions, environmental cues. So, stop shouting at your mind's river, let's learn to reshape its banks instead. Michelangelo claimed he never carved David, he simply removed unnecessary marble. Taoism teaches identical principles about change. We don't add complexity, we subtract obstacles. We don't force outcomes, we reshape the container. Your subconscious resembles water, it assumes the shape of whatever contains it. Transform the container, transform the mind. But how exactly? First principle, external environment sculpts internal landscape. If you want to wake up early, don't place your alarm beside the bed while demanding superhuman discipline from yourself. Position it across the room. Reshape the container. Your subconscious will automatically generate the pattern of rising. Want to eliminate junk food consumption? Don't test your willpower by keeping cookies in the kitchen. Remove them entirely. Wu Wei means collaborating with your nature, not warring against it. You're not failing when you yield to temptation. You're being authentically human. Change the environment, change the outcome. Second principle, micro shifts create macro transformations. The Tao Te Ching speaks about water's patient power. It never forces, yet through gentle persistence, it carves through the hardest stone, one drop at a time. In my observation, people attempting radical overnight changes fail 95% of the time, but those who apply daily 1% improvements, barely noticeable adjustments, completely reprogram their subconscious within months. Want to establish meditation practice? Don't start with hour-long sessions. Begin with 1 minute. Your subconscious will register. Meditation equals easy, enjoyable. Within weeks, you'll naturally crave more. It's like planting seeds. You don't force trees to grow, you create optimal conditions. Third principle: identity emerges from actions, not the reverse. You don't need to feel like a disciplined person before acting with discipline. Act first, even if it's just 1% of your ideal. Identity follows actions like shadows follow bodies. You're sculpting your subconscious with every micro choice. Each time you choose stairs over elevators, each extra glass of water, each deep breath before reacting, you're carving a new version of yourself, without force, without drama, just consistent gentleness like water shaping stone, in pursuit of the Tao daily decrease. This might be the most misunderstood yet most powerful phrase in the Tao Te Ching. Lao Tzu isn't advocating doing less, he's describing the removal of whatever prevents your authentic self from emerging. Consider the statue hidden within raw marble. It already exists there. The artist merely removes excess material. Your highest self already dwells within you, buried beneath layers of conditioning fears, limiting beliefs that have accumulated over years. Western approaches declare, add more, do more, become more. Taoism suggests the opposite. Remove what's non-essential, eliminate friction, allow your true nature to flourish. Practically, this means identifying and removing internal obstacles that sabotage your transformation. And what's the greatest obstacle? Internal judgment. That voice criticizing every mistake, transforming minor slips into personal catastrophes. When you judge your unwanted patterns, you're feeding them emotional energy. When you accept their existence, without judgment, just observation, they naturally begin losing power. I used to despise myself every time I procrastinated, until I realized this hatred was fuel for more procrastination. When I started observing procrastination with Taoist curiosity, interesting, I'm procrastinating again. What is my mind trying to communicate? The pattern began dissolving on its own. This isn't self-indulgence, it's wisdom. The fire of internal resistance feeds exactly what you're trying to change. When you stop resisting, the pattern loses its fuel source. Second aspect, decrease complexity. Your subconscious loves simplicity. The simpler the system, the easier for it to automate. Instead of 15 goals, choose one. Instead of 2-hour morning routines, start with 10 minutes. Instead of radical personality overhauls, focus on one micro-habit at a time. Less becomes more when it comes to subconscious reprogramming. And finally, decrease urgency. The Tao operates in perfect timing, not your anxiety's timeline. Real transformation resembles tree growth, slow, steady, imperceptible, daily, yet revolutionary, long-term. Trust the process. Your subconscious is always working, always reorganizing itself. When you stop interfering with force and impatience, it handles the heavy lifting for you. As one Taoist master said, the sage does nothing, yet nothing remains undone. Remove obstacles, create proper conditions, and your transformation unfolds naturally. Remember the river from our opening. You don't control it through shouting. You guide it by reshaping its banks. Your subconscious is that river. Work with it, not against it. Change the environment, not willpower alone. Daily decrease what doesn't serve, instead of adding what you think you need. Wu Wei isn't passivity, it's applied wisdom. It's understanding that genuine transformation happens in silence, through subtlety, through consistent gentleness like water shaping stone. The change you seek already dwells within you, waiting to emerge. Stop forcing outcomes, start flowing with natural currents. If this message resonated with you, comment below. I flow. Like this if it helped, and subscribe for more Taoist wisdom applied to personal growth. The Tao is calling. Will you answer?